Coming to the executing a program. So, flow chart of executing a program, how we are going to execute a program. So first, system ready, that is the system should be on. Then we have to edit the program. Then we have to the program which we have edited, it is called as a source program. It has to be compiled. So with the help of a C compiler, we are going to compile the program. Then once it is compiled, then we are going to check for the errors. If there are no errors, then we will be going with the second thing, that is we are going to link. If there are some errors, then we have to edit the source program once again, save it, then again we have to compile it. If again once we are compiling it, if there are no errors, then we are going to link it with the C library functions. So once we are going to link it, then that linked part is now called as a object code. We have to execute that object code. How we will be executing the object code? With the help of the input data. So once we give the input data, then if there are any logical errors or any data errors, then again once again we need to go back to the source program. We have to edit the source program, then compile it, then link it, then again execute the program. If there are no logical errors, then we'll be getting the correct output. Once we get the correct output, we can check with the other inputs. By giving the other inputs, we can check the output, or else we can stop it at that part. So this is the flow chart for our program, how we are going to execute a C program. Then coming to the basics of C programming. So if we want to learn any of the language, for example, if I'm going to learn English language, so directly can I start with a word? No, I cannot start with a word or a paragraph or paragraphs or a full page. I have to go with the alphabets first. So if I'm clear with the alphabets, then I will be able to form the words. If I'm clear with the spellings of the words, then I'll be able to form the sentence. If the sentence is clear, then only I'll be able to form the paragraph. So in the same way, even C programming, directly we will not be able to write a program. So if you are a beginner, if you are a biology background student, you will not be able to write a program directly. So first you have to understand what are the basic concepts of C programming, what are the ABCs of C programming, then only you'll be able to understand how exactly we can write a program. So first, in order to understand that basic things, we have to start up with the alphabets, numbers, special symbols. So they are called as character sets of our C program. So once we are clear with that character sets, then we have to go with the tokens. Once the tokens are clear, then we have to go with the instructions, and the instructions together we can form the C program. So like that, step by step procedure of learning a C program. So first we need to understand what are the character sets of a C program. So coming to the character sets of a C program, the character sets of C represents alphabets, digits, or any symbols used to represent the information. So there are 96 character sets which will be including uppercase and lowercase letters A to Z, and digits 0 to 9, and special symbols. Whatever key in keyboard we have the special symbols like symbols of operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, parenthesis, ampersand, asterisk, negation, then flower brackets, square brackets, parenthesis, arrow marks, question mark, backslash, front slash. So all this together will form the special symbols, and also it character set will be including the white spaces. It may be a single space, tab, or new line. So all these together are 96 characters, and they are the character sets of our C language. So character sets are nothing but they are the alphabets, digits, or any special symbols which are present in our C language. Then once we are clear with the character sets, we have to go with the tokens. What are tokens? Means they are like the words. Whatever smallest individual units are there, so they are of a C program, they are called as C tokens. C tokens, they can be divided into 6 different parts. So 6 different parts, it will be including the keywords, identifiers, constants, strings, special symbols, and operators. So we will be starting with keywords, then we will be moving on further. So first coming to the keywords and identifiers. So what is a keyword first? Every C word is identified as either a keyword or an identifier. So whatever word we are going to use in our C program, so it may be either classified as a keyword or it may be classified as an identifier. So first we will see what is a keyword, then we will move on with the identifier. So keywords are nothing but they are the basic building blocks for any program statements. So keywords are nothing but the basic building blocks of any of the program statements. They have their meanings fixed, that is they will be having a predefined meanings, and that meaning cannot be changed, and you have to use those keywords only in that predefined places only. And also one more condition is keywords will be written only in lowercase letters. Lowercase letters means only small letters, small a to z. And these are the different keywords which we have in our C language. So auto, break, case, char, continue, do, default, constant, double, else, enum, extern, for, if, go to, float, int, long, register, return, signed, static, size of, short, struct, switch, type, def, and union, void, while, volatile, unsigned. So these are the keywords which we have in our C language, and all these, when we notice them, all of them are in small letters only. We are not going to use any of the capital letters to define our keywords. Then coming to the identifiers. Identifiers refers to the names of a variables, functions and array. So whatever names we are going to give for a variable or a function or an array is nothing but the identifier. So there are user defined names and consists of the sequence of letters and digits. So if you want to write a name for any of the variables or functions or arrays, we have to follow certain rules. So for rules for writing an identifier. So always the first letter of an identifier, it can be either an underscore or it can be a starting with letter. It can either start with letter or it can start with underscore. Letter means again it can be either uppercase or lowercase. Second condition is that identifier should only contain letters, digits and underscore. Other than that, we should not include any of the other symbols or operators. And also there is no rule on the length of the identifier, but our compiler, it can only identify the first 31 characters of our whatever name we are going to give for the identifier. And also it should not contain any white spaces. Along with that, it should not contain keyword as a identifier name. We cannot use the keyword as a identifier name. We cannot use special symbols as the identifier names. Apart from this, we can give the examples here, like uh, integer, integer 1, class underscore strength. So these are the different examples which can give for our identifiers. So this is about keywords and identifiers of our C tokens.